That's good. That's good. I know, let's see, hiring and training. That's a two big words there, but let's start with like, how do you hire?
That's a tough one right now. So I use ZipRecruiter. I actually have used a lady to help me hire this year because we were at 11 and that was really killing me with the size we are. Now, like I said, we're up to 16, trying to get to 18, and I'll probably put her on the back burner. Here's how we hire. And I came out of corporate America and I was what they call critically behavior interviewed trained. So I would ask all these really big questions and I got some really shitty answers. So we bring these guys in now and it's more the sales pitch on here's our company. This is what's going on. This is what you can expect to make. This is what you can do. Tell me more about your skills. And then we go ahead and do the ranking right there. And then we say, the only way I know how to work with you is have you come work. So we have them come work with us, pay them for a trial basis. And what they do is they work with some of my more senior guys who've been with me for 6 and 7 years. Those guys rank and rate them, see how they're going to do. And then we all see if this is a good fit for him, a good fit for us. And then we go from there. We have I think, a very strong onboarding process. And what I mean by that is guys now will opt out pretty quickly when they realize this isn't for them. And we have them work with our guys for a week. And then they come in for what we call culture training with me. And that's me telling you about our business. We use a mission plaque to explain to everybody who we are, our 5 principles, the 3 things in our company we expect from you, and why we have a customer first professional attitude in what we do. Then they go out and then they get trained on how to use the iPad. And then we have consistent ongoing training every other Wednesday morning where we'll always train around customer service, operational processes. And then the last thing will be something technical, whether it be how to apply popcorn texture to drywall, or how to do a drywall patch quicker, or how to use shark bites, or how to use wire connections and not use wire nuts anymore, because you want to make sure those connections hold. As a guy who doesn't wire all the time, it's worth it to buy the extra pieces. And again, if you're good at it and you're listening to this, good. I'm glad you are. But all of us aren't that good at it. In electrical, I'm a 3 out of 10. And so that's one of I can shock myself pretty much every time I touch something. So that's what we're dealing with.
So every other Wednesdays, the training, those 3 kind of points, how long are these trainings?
There's hour. We got to keep it short. Yeah, you got to keep it short. I actually have a thing out there on YouTube about it. It's keep an upbeat environment. We feed them in the morning. You know, we're in the Southeast, so chicken biscuits are king, and that's only from Chick-fil-A. We used to switch back and forth between donuts and chicken biscuits, and we heard real quickly that's just not going to work. So bring them in, keep it open, keep it light, sit them down. Now, again, if you're on your own and you've got 3 or 4 guys, I would tell you training is paramount because they're not going to work like you are. I don't care if he's your uncle. I don't care if he's your nephew. I don't care if he's your sister's best kid ever. And, you love him to death, but he's not going to do what you're doing. And if you're not proactively training, you're probably fighting more fires than you should be. And so we really hit on that. But what I found is these guys don't want to sit there. There's a reason they didn't go off to college or don't sit there behind a desk and jockey around on a computer and program stuff or work on spreadsheets, because that's boring, mundane crap. These guys want to go out there and be artists and work with their hands. So we got to keep them moving. And if we don't do something technical where they're actually either trying out a skill or picking up something, that the other 2 things just kind of fall flat.
Yeah. They got to have a chicken biscuit in their hand to be so remotely interested in customer
service. Got to
service.
have a chicken biscuit or 2.
Coming, man.
Yeah, I just keep the conveyor belt running. Yep.
That's huge. So just to recap too, largely using like an online recruiting, ZipRecruiter, they are on in this trial period with a senior guy for about a week before they even learn about the company.
Correct. Yeah, we want to make sure that I used to do the training right off the bat, but we wanted to have the guys have some experience. What makes us a little bit different than a lot of folks is our customer will get a text message at 2 hours before their intended appointment time. So most of our times are 8:30 start. At 6:30, they're going to get a text message, and it's going to come from our technician through our system. It's going to say, "Hi, this is Chris. I will call or text 30 minutes ahead of my appointment time." And 30 minutes ahead of that appointment time, at 8 o'clock, even if they're going to show up, if they're going to show up early, they call or text early. If they're going to show up late, they call at 8 o'clock. Because what we have found, and I find this even more and more, customer service is more important today than it ever has been in our business. People let us get away with some things. If I show up and maybe I smell because I'm sweating. Well, okay, this is hard work. Chris got to sweat. My shirt's a little dirty. Well, Chris is working with a shirt that's dirty. Well, I'll give him on that. Well, he's 2 hours late because he had to take his kid to school. Well, okay, I'll deal with that. So they'll deal with it. But after a while, they really start to wonder why I'm paying this professional money. And I would tell you that I've proven that if we act professional, then we get to earn a higher fee. We get to make more money and charge more than other companies because our customer service is more, we call it the Ritz-Carlton experience. We call it the trusted toolbox way. People pay more to go to the Ritz-Carlton than they do to go to a Motel 6 or a Holiday Inn. Why? Because the experience, the service, they're willing to do that. So that's why I train these guys is that you put your shirt on, you wear khaki pants instead of jeans that are all ripped up, and you present yourself as a professional, you get rewarded as a professional. And that's where the training has really started to take hold. And that's where these guys get add-on sales. They get reviews at the end where I actually pay on reviews. They get a good review, I get an extra $25. They also get tips because we are in the tipping business. And if you work like a professional, come in, show up, you're bringing your tools, your skills, and your knowledge to bear that these guys don't have. These customers, frankly, I think a lot of times customers think what we're doing is voodoo. They don't even know what we're doing sometimes. Drywall. Yeah, I looked that up on YouTube. That's probably going to take you all weekend. Wow, my gosh, you're done in 3 hours? Well, I shouldn't pay you $1,000 for that. Well, you should because I learned techniques and tips. I know how to do it.